Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim wa sallallahu ala al-Nabi al-Kareem Muhammadin wa alihi wa ashabi ajma'een. Yesterday we were talking about Hadith Hasan li ghairihi, and we mentioned there that Hadith Hasan li ghairihi is actually or basically and originally is a da'if hadith. That is a da'if hadith, because in the narration chain there is some rawi who is considered da'if according to muhaddithin. But if the same hadith is narrated through another narration chain which is da'if as well, so now when you will club them together, so the hadith itself will elevate to the level of Hasan li ghairihi. Now you got it? Note. You should write. Note. There are certain causes of da'if hadith. In some cases, the hadith could not be elevated to the level of Hasan li ghairihi. The hadith could not be elevated to the level of Hasan li ghairihi, like as if a rawi is a liar. If a rawi is a liar. Number two, or he is a wicked person, which is called fasiq. What? And fasiq is one who is committing major sins. Doesn't care. Fasiq is one who is committing major sin. Got it? Or he is not known that who is that guy. He is not known. Or he is a confused person. He is a. So four things are there. If hadith is counted or considered as a da'if hadith because of one of these four bad qualities of the rawi or narrator. Number one, either he is a liar, or he is a fasiq, or he is not known, or he is confused person. So then, for the same hadith, if there is another support, so still we cannot elevate this hadith to the level of Hasan li ghairihi. That would be considered still as a da'if one. We should write it. So still his hadith would be considered as a da'if one, even though if that is supported by another hadith narrated through another narration chain. The example is there is a hadith which says al-udhunani min al-ra'as, al-udhunani min al-ra'as. You should write it. Al-udhunani min al-ra'as, which means, little meaning is, word by word, al-udhunan, both ears are, min from al-ras, the head. Both ears are from the head. That's what the hadith means literally. Got it? Even though this hadith has been taken into consideration to some extent by Imam Abu Hanifa, rahmatullahi alayh, You should write it. This is an issue. That the hadith has been taken into consideration by Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, in a way that look, in wudu, look at me, in wudu, you are taking a new fresh water for every one of your organs. You wash your hands. Then, for rinsing mouth, you are taking fresh water. For washing nose, you are taking fresh water. For washing your face, you are taking fresh water. Same is the case of hands. Got it? Now, for masa of your head, you are taking a fresh wet, not a fresh water, because you are not washing anyway. Here, you are taking what? A fresh wet to touch your head. If you touch your head with your hands like this, then these two fingers also touch your head. Yeah? So it means that water is used. That wet is used. So can you make the masa of your ears with the same wet which you have already used for what? For the masa of your head? You know what I'm saying? So three imams, they are of the view, you cannot do it. You have to take fresh water. For what? For your head, for your ears. Yes. Fresh wet. For your, but Abu Hanifa rahimahullah says that even though the hadith is da'if, the hadith is da'if, but a da'if hadith must be taken into consideration as much as you can do. And this is the case. People are blaming Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayh. He is giving priority to qiyas and analogy instead of hadith. Instead of, we said that Abu Hanifa is the only imam who is taking into consideration the da'if hadith as well. You know what I'm saying? But his only condition in this regard is that if the da'if hadith does not contradict reason, aql and intellectual approach. So you got it? So there, this, you should write it. In case, in what? In brackets. In parenthesis. Inside what? Parenthesis. You can write it like this. That Abu Hanifa is taken into consideration a da'if hadith. Also, if it does not contradict intellectual approach and analogy, bracket close. So this hadith has been taken by Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, that you can use the same wet for the masa of your ears because of this hadith. Why? Because he says, he explained the hadith in such a way that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not in medical field, he was not a physician, yes, he was not teaching anthropology. He was not teaching. He was not a professor of anthropology. They're telling us that ears are the part of your head. Everybody knows. Because that is, yes, fixed to the head. You know what I'm saying? So what he was telling us? We don't know. Let's say are there with the head. No, he was a shari. Shari means a legislator. He was what? A legislator. So he was telling us about the law and the rules. So he said, al-udulani min al-ras means you can use the same wet of your head for the masa of your ears as well. The only way is not to make it as a used one. So Abu Hanifa rahimahullah says that look, that you have to do the masa of your head like this. Got it? Just avoid these two fingers of both heads. Just do it like this. So you will start here from. Got it? Go and don't touch your don't touch your index finger. Yes, only these three in the middle of your head. Go towards your neck. You went there, coming back, just your palms. Touch the sides of your head. Got it? Now these two fingers are, the wet is not used. The wet is used? No, you will do it like this. But anyhow, as far as the case of hadith is concerned, in the narration chain of this hadith, you should write it. And the narration chain of this hadith is narrated by Imam Abu Dawud. Abu Dawud narrated this hadith from Sulaiman ibn Harb. From whom? Sulaiman ibn Harb. And from Qutayba. And from Musaddad. These three are the teachers of Abu Dawud. Abu Dawud took this hadith from these three muhaddithin. Sulaiman ibn Harb, number 2, Qutayba, and number 3, Musaddad. And all of them, they all, like this, they all narrated from Hammad ibn Zayd. Their teacher is common. Hammad ibn Zayd. Hammad ibn Zayd, he narrated it from Sinan ibn Rabi'a. From Sinan ibn Rabi'a. And Sinan ibn Rabi'a, he narrated this from Shahr ibn Hawshab. From whom? From Shahr ibn Hawshab. And Shahr ibn Hawshab, he narrated it from a Sahabi Abu Umama. Got it? Got it? That Abu Dawud narrated this hadith from three teachers, Sulaiman ibn Harb, Qutayba and Musaddad. And all of them, they learned this hadith from Hammad ibn Zayd. Ibn Zayd, he narrated this hadith from Sinan ibn Rabi'a. And he has taken this hadith from Shahr ibn Hawshab. And Shahr ibn Hawshab has taken this hadith from a Sahabi, Abu Umama, radiyallahu ta'ala an. And Abu Umama, he narrated from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that al-uzunani min al-ra. Now, the case is here in this Shahr ibn Hawshab. What? Shahr ibn Hawshab. He was not a liar. He was not a wicked and fasiq man. Yes. And he is a known man. He is not an unknown person. But his only case was that he was confused. You should write it. That Shahr ibn Hawshab. And being confused, that is not a sin. That is some sort of disease or sickness. It's what? Some sort of sickness. So for sickness, can you blame somebody? So he is not blamed. He is a good guy. He is a pious one. But he is confused. So every field has its own rules of acceptance. You know what I am saying? So Shahr ibn Hawshab has a Kathirul Awham. Kathirul Awham means that he was confusing so much. He was confusing so much. So that's why if this hadith is supported by other hadith, by other riwayat, you should write it. That if this riwayat or this hadith is supported by other hadith as well, still it cannot elevate to the level of Hasan li-ghayrihi. Got it? But this but is from that note. Yes, but if a hadith is da'if, because the adalat means being adal. Adalat means what? The adalat of the narrator was not known. So if adalat is not known, so it doesn't mean that the guy is not okay. We don't know much more about him. So you cannot make any hukum in this regard. Yes, if you do not know someone, so can you say that he's a good guy or a bad guy? You cannot say. So the narrator, his adalat or being adal is not known. Got it? In Arabic or in Ilm Hadith, that is called Tafsir Ul Quran. What? Mastur al-Adana. And sometimes they use the word Mastur al-Hal. Mastur al-Hal. Mastur al-Adana. That is, Adana is undercover. Undercover means not known. Or his memory was weak. This is one. Or his memory was bad. Or he was doing tadlis. Yesterday we talked about that. He was doing tadlis. So if this is the case of a rawi, and you should write it, but his hadith is supported, by other hadith, equal in level to this one, so it will take this hadith to the level of Hasan li-ghayrihi. To the level of Hasan li-ghayrihi. Got it? The next topic is different terms used by different muhaddithin. As far as the status of a hadith is concerned. The status of a hadith is concerned. Imam Tirmidhi, you should write it. Imam Tirmidhi, he uses the word Jayyid. He says that this hadith is like this. Jayyid. So when Imam Tirmidhi uses this word or this term and terminology, Jayyid, so according to Imam Tirmidhi, this is equal to Sahih. This is equal to what? Sahih. Hafiz Abu Zur'a, who? Hafiz. And this was a guy, yes, subhanallah. He was a critic of hadith, his memory was very strong. Look, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how many hadith are there? 700,000. How much? 700,000. And Imam Abu Zur'a, he was the hafiz of all the 700,000 of ahadith. So that's why he is called Al-Imam Al-Hujjah. He is called, when Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahmatullah alayh once in his lecture, he was teaching a hadith to his students. So he said that then there is the status of Al-Imam Al-Hujjah. Al-Imam Al-Hujjah, who is the hafiz of all hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which is 700,000. So a student points of order. He said that is there anyone in the world who has memorized all these hadith? You know what I'm saying? And at that time, Imam Abu Zur'a, he was in masjid, he was praying. Imam Abu Zur'a, he was praying. So Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahmatullah alayh, he said, Fazil Fata, this young man. Fazil Fata, this is the young man who has memorized all 700,000 hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not only the text, every hadith with its narration chain. Every hadith with its narration chain. So someone who is the hafiz of all the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which is 700,000 in number. So he is called what? Al-Imam Al-Hujjah. So Al-Imam Al-Hujjah, Hafiz Abu Zur'a, Hafiz Abu Zur'a, rahimahullah. He used the word Jayyid, this one. So to him, that is equal to Hasan. That is equal to Hadith Hasan. And the status of Hadith Hasan is after Hadith Sahih. Got it? And some ulama, they use the word Salih. That this Hadith is Salih. So sometimes they mean Sahih, and sometimes they mean Hasan. Got it? And sometimes they use that hadith is Mujawwad Sabit. They use Mujawwadun Sabitun. So by Mujawwad Sabit, they mean the Sahih. They mean Sahih. Got it? Note. For Hadith Maqbool, Maqbool, and as we mentioned, the Hadith Maqbool is of 4 kinds. Sahih. Number 1, Sahih li Zatihi. Number 2, no, after Sahih you will put the Hasan. Hasan li Zatihi. Number 3, Sahih li Ghairihi. And number 4, Hasan li Ghairihi. Sahih li Zatihi, Hasan li Zatihi, Sahih li Ghairihi, and Hasan li Ghairihi. So that is 4 types of Hadith Maqbool. So regarding Hadith Maqbool, Imam Tirmidhi rahmatullahi alayh, sometimes he says, Qala Abu Isa, when he narrates the hadith. So after that, because his book was compiled by his students, he was narrating from his memory, and his students, they were compiling the book. You know what I'm saying? So whenever he narrated a hadith, so right after that, he put the comments. He put the comments about every single hadith. So he said, this hadith is Sahih. So that's why his student in his book, in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, after every hadith almost, he said, Qala Abu Isa, which is the nickname of Imam Tirmidhi. The nickname is? Imam Tirmidhi. His name is Muhammad. Muhammad ibn Isa al-Tirmidhi. His name is what? Muhammad ibn Isa al-Tirmidhi. Rahimahullah. So his student said قال Abu Isa, the Sheikh Abu Isa said. Who? Sheikh Abu Isa, means their teacher Imam Tirmidhi. He said, هذا حديث صحيح. That this hadith is sahih. And sometimes he said, Hasanun Sahihun. He used both words. And he said that these are two different types of hadith. Hadith al-Maqbul. One type is Sahih, another one is Hasan. But sometime on Tirmidhi, regarding one hadith, he used both words and both terms. And it could be only one. Either it will be Sahih or Hasan. But he used the word وَقَالَ Abu Isa or وَقَالَ Tirmidhi هذا حديث حسن صحيح. That Imam Tirmidhi said that this hadith is Hasan Sahih. Later on we will give you the details that what Tirmidhi means. Because according to other muhaddithin, there's a contradiction. That the hadith could be either Sahih or Hasan. It could not be Sahih and Hasan both. So then we will explain that why Imam Tirmidhi used both words at once. And sometimes he used وقال الترمذي حديث حسن غريب. Sometimes he used صحيح غريب. And sometimes he used حسن صحيح غريب. حسن صحيح غريب. So before that we give you the details of all these terminologies or terms used by Imam Tirmidhi. We have to divide hadith or to classify hadith with another classification. That hadith is classified like this. خبر الواحد या الخبر الواحد. الخبر الواحد. और number 2 المتواتر. المتواتر. Then this خبر واحد, it has 3 categories. Number 1, गरीब और फर्द. That hadith is called either गरीब or what? Fard. Number 2, Aziz. And number 3, Mashhur. Then this one, it has 2 categories. Number 1, गरीब मुतलक. गरीब या फर्द मुतलक. And number 2, गरीब निस्बी. गरीब. So tomorrow we will talk about that what gharib mean, what aziz mean, what mashhur mean, what mutawatir mean. Got it? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.